Hey everybody, it's a beautiful day for 2K. This is Lorenzo DC back at you with another 3 out, 2 in freelance offense breakdown. This time we're going to take a look at the 3 out, 2 in motion offense. Very similar to the other offenses, but this time you're going to get regular movement around the perimeter from the wings and guards on the perimeter. Not so much from the bigs down there, but out there on the outside, giving you some options. It breaks it up, makes the offense a little bit more fluid than the regular 3 out extended or the regular 3 out, which you should check out those videos if you haven't already seen them. So let's talk first about the spacing. This is really going to be review. If you've seen my other videos, and why haven't you? If you haven't, come on, get with it, okay? This is the spacing you're going to get on the 3 out, 2 in. So you've got the ball high on the wing, you've got a big down low on the strong side block, and you've got a big on the high post. If you bring the ball out to that other side, you see how they alternate their positions. If you put the ball down in the strong side corner, the wing and the big in the low block is going to go to the high block. Again, bring it to the corner, the big goes to the high block, gets away from the low block, giving you room to operate there. That's pretty much the spacing you're going to get, around the perimeter. You'll get your wings out there, depending on where the ball is, how deep they'll go in the corner. First, let's talk about how you find the freelance motion offense, okay? Do you know how to get into these freelance offenses? Well, you should if you're in these videos. So here you go. Get into your menu here, and you got to go 5 pages over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with your right bumper, and then it's right stick down. That's where you will go to select the freelance 3-2 motion. So let's look at the first set of actions you're going to get from this. The first set of actions are triggered by having the ball in a guard's hand up here on the high wing. You're going to get a pin down screen there by the foul line and a chance for a shot from a cutting wing player. Let's take a look at that again. See that pin down screen there at the top of by the foul line? Here we go. This time you get the cut. If you don't take that first shot, you get another cut coming up from the down low, the bottom of the key for a shooter on the wing. And if you hang around these wing spots and you pass it back and forth, you're going to get this action all day long. This motion is not going to stop. You can get it down in the post there, and better to make the shot. But so you do have options in the post, but once you get down the post, things get pretty static. Here we go. Here's that pin down screen. Take a shot on the wing. You should be familiar with that now, that pin down screen at the foul line. Here comes that same cut from down low. You can shoot it, you can get it down low. Now if you have a good post player, you're going to get those 2 arrows, that option to go, that's going to direct you or at least alert you to the option to go down to that post player. With a good strong post up player, you're going to get that double arrow action off there at the high wing. Alright, let's take a look now at the offensive actions that you'll get from the second initiation point up at the top, high on the top of the key. Let's set this up for you with a little pressure so you'll see how this plays. That doesn't really matter if you do it with pressure, but get the ball to the top, and you're going to get a cutter from the corner coming up into the key from a pin down screen. See him there? You get that ball to him, you can get a jump shot, you can get a layup. That's the first action that is going to happen once you get this ball. You see the arrow there, there's the cut off the down screen pick and the shot. We went for a layup there. So you're going to see that a lot as soon as you get the ball here to the center high key. You notice that arrow that went out to the corner. You do have an option that prompts you got a 3-point shooter out there. Well, hopefully you have a 3-point shooter, but someone's going to head out there to that corner and you'll have a 3-point shot potentially to pass to from there. This time we pass down to the block and get a layup instead of going to that corner. Let me show you that arrow to the corner one more time. In this clip, I'm not actually going to pass it there, but I'll show it to you just so you're used to seeing it. See that? Now, no one actually flashed to the corner and I had an open shot. Maybe if I held the ball there, I would have gotten the guy flashing to that corner. So let's take a look now. If you don't pass the cut of that ball, you're going to get an option to pass to a guy flashing out to the perimeter this way, like that. Or you'll get the other arrow, which will give you the option to throw it down to the block. Let me show you one more time. So let's see, you bypass that cutter off the down screen, the pin down. Here come those two arrows. You can get a guy flashing up to the perimeter, and if the shot is there and you have a good shooter, go ahead, take it, and make it. Let's take a look at this again. We're going to bypass. Not going to pass it to that cutter in the middle coming off the pin down screen. Let's get it down to the post. If you get it down to the low post, you get that little two-man action where you saw that little handoff pass that was available as the guy who initiates the pass, the guard who initiates it, flashes to that corner potentially for a three or for a little two-man game down there with the your power forward or your center who's down there. There again, I showed you that I didn't take the handoff, but I took the post shot right there. Again, here at the top, we're going to go ahead and bypass this pass. We get those arrows, we'll get it down here to here. We took the handoff, got a nice open shot that we missed right there. One more time. We don't pass it to the initial option at the key. Probably should have just backed that one in, but now what you do here is when I passed it back, you saw that there was a little more two-man action, another cut to the top of the key. That's it doesn't happen a lot, but you should recognize it if it's there. It's kind of cool. If you bail out of that post shot, you got a little more action, cuts coming up to the top of the key. Again, this offense giving you motion around the perimeter. That last clip was just general stuff you would do going down into the post to generate options. Now here's those two branches. If you have a good post player there, if you get the ball to the wing from the center, you will get this. You might get this prompt to go ahead and bring it to the post to really go one-on-one and take the ball home to the basket. The third initiation point in this motion 3 out, 2 in offense comes from the corner. Let's take a look at that. Now, you don't see an arrow prompting you to go to the corner, but once you get it down there, there is some action that initiates here. You see that? Now you get an arrow coming up the top. It's going to invite you to swing the ball basically all around the key to reverse the ball on the defense. Now, at that time we just took the first shot that was open there, and sometimes that'll be open. If you have a good shooter, go ahead and take it. So here we go down. Now, it doesn't have to be all the way buried in the corner. Didn't take the shot this time. Now we get a cutter up to this side. Let's take that because the defender fell flat on his butt. Here we go. Bring it down to the corner. Sometimes you'll see the guy who initiates the pass cut down into the basket and then flash up like you just saw there for that cut, for that three-point shot at the top of the wing. Real quick, was weird right there, initiating the ball out of the corner. I got that one little prompt to throw the ball all the way cross court for 3. I just reversed it here. Here we go around the horn again. And you can continue this around the horn bit, this reversal, and go all the way to the opposite corner. That's the way the motion is going to flow for you. And that's kind of nice. You know, it used to be in 2K that the CPU defense closed out on perimeter shooters really fast, and it was really hard to get good perimeter shots. So swinging the ball, which is a basic offensive tactic in basketball to get the defense moving, and the ball moves faster than the defense does, so creating space for shots by swinging it around, that's basic basketball. That didn't used to be really very viable in 2K a year or two back, but it's in the game now with the foot planning system that they have. Here again, you just see him coming off that screen. Let's get it back over. This time you don't get a prompt to go to the corner. We got a cut to the top. And here we flow right into where the offense was before that you saw, where you had the option to go ahead and swing it down low to your post player. And we took that option this time. So you see how some of these pieces kind of mix and match and flow together depending on the personnel and depending where people are on the floor, how this motion offense will work. Here we reverse it again. Instead of going back to a perimeter shot, we went down to the low block, and let's give Anthony Davis a chance to teach somebody a lesson. Down in the corner, up to the top. This time we get the arrow for the corner, not to go back across, not to swing it back across, and you don't want your small forward of the Pelicans taking a perimeter shot, so you dump that down to AD and get that into the post for some nice 2 points. Cunningham, is his name Cunningham? Yeah, this is interesting. This time I passed it to the high post, and you got that little action swinging it around the top. You don't see that a lot, but I just wanted to show it to you. It's one of those Bigfoot sightings in these branches that sometimes come up. This is another one where actually you got an arrow initiating a pass to the corner. Almost never see that, but you know, there is an initiation point for the corner. This time I didn't get any arrows. I just got the ball to the high post and just go in and make something happen if you get the ball into the post. Let's talk about the fast break actions that come out of the 3-out, 2-in motion offense. Pretty much these fast break actions, which you know are coming if you see that arrow on the right side of the court, they're the same ones that you'll see in the 3-out regular or the 3-out extended. I go into these in a little bit more depth. There's not a ton of stuff here, but there's some stuff to look at here that you should know about. It's in my other videos. I'm not going to go into it in depth here. I'm just kind of showing it to you a little bit here. Here's another one. That last one was the high pick and roll. This time you get the high swing reverse, side top side reverse. That prompts you to go ahead, invites you really to get it to the low block to your strong perimeter player, strong post player. Here you go. This time you get top action, but now since you have a big up there, it gives you a high pick and roll. Run a little pick and roll. So those are the fast break actions. Let's talk about how to use the 3-out motion offense. One of the nice things about a motion offense in 2K is, you know, especially online, you got a lot of people who are playing off ball to try to deny your pass because people are having a hard time guarding on ball. So with a motion offense, especially when you can swing the ball around like that corner option stuff I just showed you, it's a lot more challenging for someone to try to take away what you're doing by playing off ball, playing one pass away, because if you keep swinging the ball, they're not going to adjust fast enough. So that's kind of cool. When you obviously, just like any 3-2 offense, you want to play this when you don't have a stretch power forward who can shoot the jump shot or the three. You've got bigs who should be rebounding or playing or setting picks, maybe back to the basket. You don't have to have a strong back to the basket big player here, but it sure helps. If your big guys can set picks, that's okay too, because what you'll do with that is you'll set a lot of well, you run plays if you want, but you'll also set manual pick and roll. The other thing that's nice about all this movement around the perimeter is you can take a guy like this, like he's cutting there. Sometimes what you can do, instead of making that pass, if the lane is open, you can go ahead and hit triangle or Y and make the guy cut to the basket and then get him the ball in stride into the basket. So that's kind of a nice little feature that if you get the spacing right, especially if guys or if the defense is denying the perimeter, playing tight, trying to deny, that gives you those open lanes to the basket through motion. Other than that, you pretty much want to run this anytime you want. You know, if you have 3-2 personnel and you don't feel like, you know, maybe the defense is starting to, you know, take away your pick and rolls. You're doing a lot of manual pick and roll, pick and fade, and that's getting adjusted to pretty well. This motion around the perimeter will give you a chance to spread the floor a little bit, even though you're not running extended, get some shots, or at least reverse the ball enough to be able to get the ball to a guy like AD like that, where the defender is a little bit out of position. So that's pretty much it. It's an offense you want to use with the same kind of personnel you would use with the 3-out or the 3-out extended. I hope the video has been helpful. Give it a like, give me a subscription if you think I'm doing good stuff. Give me comments if you think I'm doing anything good or bad. You know, I'm just learning how to do this stuff. This is my first year doing any of these videos or breakdowns. So anyway, this is Lorenzo DC signing out. Good luck with your offense, and tell me how this stuff works for you. Bye.